How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map to Farming Simulator 22 called Oberkirchheim. And we are going to start with the description, and it says, "Welcome to Oberkirchheim. This place is somewhere in a valley in Bavaria. From the ground up, the map is flat, but has uneven fields. What awaits you on the map? 2 yards with machines, 82 purchasable areas, 45 fields, dealer, cattle dealer, BGA, sawmill, 4 animal stables, 8 selling stations, 8 productions, 4 greenhouses, collectibles, precision farming DLC support, lots of new paintable decorations, required mods, FS22 Bavarian Farm Pack, FS22 Farmhouse Loaderer, FS22 Grass Dry, FS22 Natural Water Plants." Now that we've read the description, also, that this map is 133.57 megabytes to download, and it was made by the Lord. So this is the map. You can see it's smaller than normal, a normal size map. If you zoom all the way out, you kind of get the perspective of what a normal size map would be. So this is kind of a small to medium equipment sized map. You can purchase the periphery. If you click here, you can see that you can purchase it for $1,320,561. Come down into the start menu, you can see there are contracts, and you come to the statistics screen, you can see down at the bottom right corner there are collectibles. 0 of 100, they are the Elm Creek collectibles, the little wooden toys. And this is where you start. This is your starting farm. And speaking of starting farm, what do we start with equipment wise? If we go to our owned vehicle screen, under small tractors we have a Fendt Favorite 511C. Under medium tractors we have a Valtra Q225, as well as a Fendt 714 Vario. Under harvesters we have the New Holland CH7.70. Under trailers we have the Rudolph TDK 301 RP. Under the headers we have the New Holland header, the Verifeed 28 footer. For plows we have the Agromaz POV 5XL. Cultivators we have the Lemken Carrot 12/500 KUA. In seeders we have the Pottinger Terrasim C6F. Under mowers we have the Convernland 4140L. Tedders we have the Pottinger Hit 16.18T. Windrowers Pottinger Top 342. Forage wagons Pottinger Boss Alpine 251. And the header trailer, the Nardi N70-30. There are custom mods on this map, as explained in the description. There are several required mods that download automatically if you're getting this from the mod hub. But there are also mods built into the map. Actually, if we go to this screen first, no, there are no custom mods under the mods and DLC section here, but where you will custom mods is down here. Under sheds you have the Bavarian Farm Pack. That's one of the downloadable mods that you have to have. And then you also have under the Oberkirchheim the small garage here, which is custom. You have some of the Bavarian Farm Pack mod here under silos. You have some here under the silo extensions. Looks like the manure heap extension. Under containers, you do have some. Under tools, there are none. Under farmhouses, you definitely have a couple. You've got the Bavarian Farmhouse Pack, as well as the Farmhouse Loaderer, and another one. So you get a bench as well. But they call it a bank? I don't know. Anyways. Under production, there is the grass drying mod. That is, again, one of those required mods. Under selling points, there are none. Greenhouses, there is the Oberkirchheim greenhouse. Under orchards, there are none. And generators, there is one. It looks to me exactly the same as a large wind turbine. I don't know what's different about these two. They generate the same amount of money. No difference. Maybe a visual difference, but I don't know to compare. Under animal pens, we do have quite a few under animal pens. We've got both the Bavarian farm packs and the Oberkirchheim under cows. We have Oberkirchheim under horses. No pigs. We do have sheep. We have chickens, Bavarian as well as the Oberkirchheim. Bees, we do have a couple. We do have the beehive here as well as the trigger point. And no dog houses. I didn't see anything of note under fences and decoration. Nope. And then under landscape, we get a ton of different paintables under this section here. So I'll just scroll through real quick. You can see there's bunches and bunches of different ones. I don't recall seeing anything particular under trees or... Oh, but you do get quite a bit of plants. Holy cow, I missed this part. Look at all that. So you get all these... oh, this is the Natural Waters download mod, but then you get all these as well. Oh, that is a plowed state. So that's similar to like what Alien Jib did for a couple of his maps. And then some more plants as well. Anyways. So let's do a quick tour on the farm. Here you start out with our chicken pen. Come over here. This is their chicken coop. This holds 360 chickens. You already start with 300 of them. So this is going to start blitzing. Prepared to get on top of this really quick. Got a couple of our tractors. Right here behind us is our wardrobe trigger and sleep trigger. Right here. Click here. This is part of our cow shed. You can see here, here's some cows. Oh, and now I'm stuck. This is our milk point. And we step in here. We already have 15 out of 45 cows in this barn. If you're not familiar with the Bavarian farm pack or this shed, we'll come through in the other direction and see some other stuff. But this is a really cool mod. If we come up here to up this ramp, you get a kind of hay storage, a hay loft. Right down here is our feed trigger, and I'll come from the actual ground level to show this. But if you have bales and stuff, you can throw them up here, and then when you want to use one, you grab it and chuck it over the side, and you can feed your cows that way. So it's kind of a cool feature. Here's our New Holland harvester. We've got a couple of shed spaces, as we can see, with some of our equipment in it. We've got our seeder as well as our plow. We've got our header trailer over here. Oh, and you can see some of our cows back there. Over here we have a water tank, as well as a seed silo, as well as a multi-fruit silo here. Now, what kind of confuses me, per se, is this is a seed silo, this is a multi-fruit silo. The reason this is confusing is that you should be able to not have to use this. You can store seed in here. Now, the benefit to having this, though, is you can refill it and have a purchase point. Purchase it from the shop and bring it in here. Anyways, we come over here. We got a couple of bunker silos. We can make some silage. Over here is our output cowshed for slurry. Right here is our straw trigger, as you can see here. Over here, now this is the upper portion of the hayloft. You can see here, here's the food trigger. Really just kind of slick looking mod. I really enjoy this particular mod. Over here we have a diesel tank where we can, fill up, have it delivered, or we can actually just grab a tanker and bring it over and fill it up ourselves. Some more of our starting equipment. There's our Valtra and our small Fendt. Some more storage over here, and this should have our grass equipment. Oh yeah, you know, I got a rear mower, our forage wagon, windrower, as well as our tedder. And we are going to pass through here. We're going to pick up our bigger Fendt. And this is where we're going to start leaving the farm and check out other things. So, first things first. Whoa there, Nelly. I looked down to look at my notes and almost ended a disaster right away. Now we're going to come down this little side road. Very narrow road network for side roads. It's like a one-lane, multi-directional road. Just seems odd to me, but this might be very, you know, Bavarian European kind of thing. This is our first production point. This is the grass dryer. You can purchase this for $100,000, and this should be able to make grass into hay. Moving on to our next point of interest. We gotta go a little ways, but we're gonna follow this kind of road network going down. What actually made me question this road at first, I'm thinking, oh well, maybe I'm going in the wrong direction, because I saw the yield sign when I first came in the direction I was going. But then if you look straight ahead, there's another yield sign going in this direction. So to me that would denote a multi-directional, just narrow road. Alright, this is our next point of interest. Off to our left is the biomass heating plant. You should be able to take wood chips and lumber and sell it directly. It's just a sales point. Also, before I go too much further, I had mentioned that there are collectibles on this map. I'm not going to be able to prevent from seeing the collectibles as we go through the map. They're everywhere, and they're kind of obvious places, unfortunately. So it's just one of those that I'm not going to point them out every time I see them, but I'm also not going to give, you know, a warning saying, hey, you know, there's a collectible, you know, hey, don't look, kind of thing. Just be forewarned. If you don't want to know where the collectibles are, this is it's going to show where some of them, if not a lot of them, are going to be. Anyways, that being said, next to the biomass heating plant, we need to open up our map. Now, while we're in our map, let's take a look where we've been and, you know, go from there. So we started here at the farm, on this side of it. We kind of made a clockwise circle around the farm. We checked out the sleep trigger as well as the wardrobe trigger, the chicken coop, the cow barn. We looped over here and we saw the water tank, seed tank, multi-fruit silo, as well as the fuel tank. Came back through, picked up our Fendt, drove out, made a right, came to this crossroad, made another right, checked out the grass dryer, came down past field 9, and here we are here by the biomass heating plant. So that kind of catches up. So if we go to the purchasable portion of the map, you can see that you can purchase, you know, this particular area. And if you do, for $17,064, I'm sorry, yeah, $17,064, like this. There we go. You'll now see a whole bunch of icons just popped up. These are the greenhouses. Now, as far as I can tell, these are just normal kind of, they say they're modified, and it might be because of the cycles per month. I'm not 100% sure, but you can see it's just like a normal everyday greenhouse, and allows you to take water in, product out. Tomatoes, lettuce, and strawberries. So my guess is the reason why it's modified is probably because of the cycles per month. You can get 4 of them on this plot for $17,000, so that's a pretty good deal. Because I think normally, like if you were to install these, they're like $9,000 each, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, $10,000 each. So get 4 of them for less than 20 grand. Not bad. Anyways, hop back into our tractor to our next purchasable and point of interest. Oh, traffic is really thick sometimes. Alright, so here's our next purchasable. You can see all these kind of beehives just on the side of the highway there. If we go back to our map, whoops, purchasable screen for $7,200. You can purchase this land, and now you can see all of a sudden a spawn point for the honey. These are also a mod that was, as we are also covered. Again, I assume that it's going to be just the amount of honey that's produced. And we'll just stay off to the side of the road because now this is the next point of interest. So if you come around the back here, this is the dairy. Actually, this other side. And jump. Nope. Here it is. For $70,000, you can purchase the dairy. And I'm stuck. Hop back in the tractor. And directly in front of us is our next couple of points of interest. Fence it. Ooh. This, you can purchase this for $60,000. And over here is the sugar mill for $80,000. And you know what? I showed in the last one where you can put in and out. You know what? Sorry guys, we're gonna hop back to a couple of these real quick. I meant to show this. Okay. So our inputs. Yep. So our inputs are up here in the front, outputs in the back. That was the grass dryer. If we come to greenhouses, inputs go where the blue tank is, outputs are along the side in the checkers. And the dairy, our inputs are back here. Our outputs are right here. And then catching us back up to the spinnery. Inputs up here in the front by the door, outputs here in the checkers. And then again, I believe it's in the back. Yes, inputs back here for the sugar mill and outputs in the front in the checkers. Now, moving on. Let's see. So where we started this map was what I refer to as the first farm, because that's where we started. That's where you start. This I'm going to refer to as the second farm, because this is another purchasable plot of land. You can purchase it for $32,042.72. And gives you access to the barns. You get the silo. You get some more cow barns. You start out with 15 out of 20 cows. And one thing I meant to mention earlier, if we look at the cows or the animal screen, they have 23,900 liters of food. You just need to fill them up with actually no, they're all taken care of. Water's already handled for them. Same thing with chickens. They have 9,000 liters worth of food, so you don't have to panic right away because you don't start with any crops in your multi-fruit silo. So that's kind of a good thing that they kind of give you something to look at. Now this is the farm loader. This is the other option that you, or the other mod that you have to download with this map. Inputs go here, and then if you look right here, look at that, you got the little babies. Look at that one little guy in the corner. He's looking at us. Aw, so cute. Anyways, so you've got your feed here. Quite possibly also your straw. Yeah, it's gonna be my guess that the straw also goes in there. Over here is our milk point. slurry output. And again, similar to the other one, you go up the ramp, you've got yourself a nice little hay barn. Open it up, and you can drop this out, and you can feed your cows very easily with bales. So it's a nice little bale storage. You've got another bunker silo. You come into this. You have a repair trigger for your vehicles. And then along the side here, you get a sleep trigger. So, not too shabby, fully functional second farm. You know, a little bit smaller than the original, but that's okay. Now we are gonna go to the woods. Cross the street over here. Go into first person mode just because all the trees. You know, quite a fair bit of forestry. And actually, let's go ahead and stop right here. We're gonna stop right here, look at the map, and just kind of take a look where we were. So we were over here by the biomass heating plant as well as the gardens. We checked out the kind of bee area and purchased that plot. We went to the dairy, we went to the spinnery as well as the sugar mill, and then came back up to this secondary farm where there was the farmhouse loader as well as the multi-fruit silo. We then came out of the farm, down across the street, and here we are here. Now, one thing I didn't kind of go through was, you know, all the various different price points for the fields. You're dealing with a lot of smaller to medium-sized fields, so they're not really that expensive. But because you're dealing with small fields, it means you're going to get small outputs from them. So it's still going to take you a while to start building up to some of these bigger fields, like this one here, 136,000, 139,000. Up here in the north, you got one that's 317,000. You've got a grass field here for 816. I believe this is an olive field for 63 and a grape field for 33. So forestry, the cheapest one is starting at $72,018. So it is going to be kind of a grind. You only get the one field to start out with. So you're going to have to come up with some creative ways to make some money. So coming through the woods here. Just ahead on our right is our next point of interest. You probably have guessed it. You know, what goes well with a tall wooded area. You got it. The sawmill is the next purchase point, our next point of interest. You can come here and purchase this for 100,000. Chips can be gotten from here, and your inputs can go in right here. And I believe your outputs are right here. Oh, I'm sorry. Outputs are here in front of the inputs were over down there in that checkered. We'll come back out to the main stretch. Across the street. Okay, this directly in front of us is the straight logger sell point. Again, guys, I'm sorry. It's not like I can hide the collectibles. They're all over here. Right beside us is the buying station where you can purchase things like wheat, barley, oats, all your base game crops, all your kind of expansionary crops as well, stones, fertilizers, pig food, things like that. You can buy it in bulk. Now we kind of have to backtrack just ever so slightly because around the corner within this construction area, you know what, we're going to come off to the side. You can see right across the street is our next point of interest. That is the debris crusher where you can take your stones and crush them and sell them. See how this little that's a cool little feature, just a little construction area. You know, all the traffic shifts off to the right and, you know, kind of have to make your way around it. It's kind of a cool feature. I like that. You know, it's just that little level of immersion, that little detail that, you know, just kind of takes you into it. Over here is the biogas plant. Come in here. To activate this, you go to your purchase screen, and you can purchase it for $34,884. Go ahead and get that. You can see all the triggers now come up. There's several bunker silos, 2 on that side, 2 on this side. If we come over here, we can see just the normal inputs for the bunker. I'm sorry, for the BGA, silage, slurry, manure, and sugar beets cut. Inputs go here. Slurry input goes here. And you can get your outputs here for digestate. One thing that I meant to double check. Yeah, so you're only going to be able to take out digestate, even though you are producing methane and electricity. Those will just be sold at the top of every hour. And now, this I thought was a very interesting feature. So we only have $8,000 left in our bank account right now. We're just going to borrow a slew of money so that way we can keep on purchasing some of these points of interest. As you can see, these are all pastures. You've got a cow pasture, you've got a sheep pasture, chickens, as well as horses. Now, going in order, the cows you can purchase for $4,860, and to purchase it, again, you just come to your menu, click on it, purchase. And after you purchase them, you can see all the triggers for the pastures will become available. Again, cows, $4,860. You start with 15 cows. This pasture can only hold 15, so you are maxed out with the cows. The sheep, you can purchase that plot for $5,166, and you start 10 sheep out of 15 available. So you can have either 5 of them breed and make you 15, or you can go and purchase 5 sheep and dump them in here. I forgot to mention, for the cows, water here, food here, milk here. For the sheep, water, food, and also forgot, you can see top right corner, 15 of 15. The sheep, 10 of 15. Chickens, they just require food, and this has 300 chickens out of 500. So between the 300 you have at the farm, 300 you have here, you can make a lot of eggs. Horses, water, food, you have 4 out of 5 horses. So not too shabby. $6,804. Horses was $5,508. Moving up north, up here and across the bridge. So we got to cross the river here. Off to our left is the carpentry. Oh, almost ran right into that gate. You can purchase the carpentry for $60,000. Inputs right here, outputs right there. And directly in front of us is a grape field. Coming up to our left is a sell point. This is the farmer's market. Off to the left is a olive grove. And then it starts to open up. You got a nice little grass field right there next to the olives. Right here you can purchase this little plot of land off to our right. And where were we? We were, let's see, We were back here on the farm. We checked out the spinnery, the sugar mill, came up to the farmhouse loader, multi-fruit silo. We then came out of the farm, down through the woods to the sawmill. We then came through this little entryway here, came up, checked out the straight logger sell point, as well as the buying station. We kind of backtracked to check out the debris crusher, came up to the biogas, checked that out. We then saw all the animal pastures, came out, checked out the carpentry, and then boogied this direction, saw the farmer's market, to where we are here. Now if we click, we can purchase this land for $4,842. And now this gives us access to this little barn. It's just a barn, nothing like too terribly special, but kind of a cool place to hold your like grass care equipment if you come up and purchase this land here, or if you have you know, the specialized equipment, the tractors for the groves and the grape vineyards. Placeables area, as well as across the street directly in front of us there's another kind of storage facility where you can just house equipment. Come off to the right down here, got another placeable area off to our right, so there's kind of areas where you can kind of expand and, you know, do certain things. That's pretty nice. All right, now we are gonna come into here. This is the shop. You can see shop menu here, and then around back here is the vehicle repair trigger directly right here. Trigger button is right here, and the repair portion hashtag is, or hash box is right there. Then we come across the street. We are going to back up traffic, and we're not going to feel the least bit of shame about it. Right here is the stereo factory, which you can purchase for $110,000. You have inputs right here, outputs directly in front of us, and then across this, not across the street, but across the way, is the grain mill for $96,000. You can purchase this. Again, inputs here, outputs here. And then straight back here, right behind us, or not behind us, right in front of us, is the restaurant sell point. Now moving across the street. Yep, somewhat across the street. This is the bakery. Purchase it for $50,000. Make all your baked goods, your breads, your cakes. And then, to everyone's happiness, we pull off to the gas station. And then in the, here, we'll go back in here real quick, because I thought there was a little side entrance there. I'm just breaking all the rules. Back here is a electrical charge point. Actually, two of them. Now, here is where we need to backtrack a little bit. And this is where, again, it gets really tight. Down these little side roads and back roads, it is really tight. If you got some big tractors or equipment, you're not going to be happy. Because, like, especially, like, look at this little, you know, T intersection right here. You've got signs right at every corner. Like, yeah, that's a pretty tight turn. Pretty tight turn. I know you're not meant to, you know, bring big old tractors down here, I'm sure, but you have to if you're going to go to your pizzeria sell point. unless you're going to deliver it with something really incredibly tiny. Next point of interest here is the tailor shop. You can purchase for $100,000. And our outputs are back here. Yes, back here. This is a wardrobe trigger, which is kind of cool. A little addition to the needle and stitch tailor shop. And then through the gate, this directly in front of us is the oil mill, which you can purchase for $80,000, and inputs on the graded section here and outputs on the hash box. Across from us here is the grape processing. You can purchase for $80,000, inputs back here and outputs right here. And let's see. That's where I gotta turn around. Again, coming up to this intersection here is like there's no way you can make this turn in a normal size tractor. Like maybe one of the small like vineyard tractors, maybe you can get back there pretty easily, or some of the smaller kind of not quad track, but the like the John Deere Gator or something like that, something super, only going to deliver a small amount of product. Now, directly to our left is the supermarket sell point, and that is, we come through here, right there in the graded section is the sell point. And then we come straight out and across this, across the street. Here is the animal dealer, where you can input all your various into your various animal pens. And I believe that is the map. So where have we been? We have checked out the pastures all the way up here. We came up and around. We checked out the carpentry as well as the farmer's market. Came around down this little road here, and then we started out with the vehicle repair shop as well as a workshop. We checked out the cereal factory, the grain mill, the restaurant sell point, the gas station, as well as the two electric charge stations in the back. We then came out, backtracked, went down this little side street, and then came out to here, and we checked out the pizzeria as well as the tailor shop, oil mill, and grape processing unit. Backtracked again, came to that real tight little T intersection, came over here, and we checked out the supermarket and then the animal dealer. Whew, and that is the map. That is Oberkirchheim. So we are up to the opinion portion of the map tour. On a scale of 0 to 5, what would I give this map? I would give this map pretty solid 3.5 to 4. I really like this map, and I'm normally not a fan of the smaller, more compact maps, but this one just kind of works. I don't know what about it kind of speaks to me, but I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. It's just one of those where things are laid out very, very neatly, very nicely. The farms are kind of small, but they are modular to where you can sell a lot of the individual pieces and really kind of demolish it, start from scratch. Oh, one thing we didn't go through. Sorry, just dawned on me. Under our owned items, we start out with a slot count of 1,406 out of 4,400. So it's quite high, and a lot of that would be due to the hidden slot counts for the things like the gardens, the bees, things like that. There's a lot of hidden counts kind of in the background, and as you purchase them, you can kind of, either deal with them or whittle them down as you see fit. But so again, going back to what I was saying, 3.5 or a 4 would be my rating, and it's just a charm to this. Like, it's very, very pretty, very kind of what's the right word? Like, just, I don't know, just kind of picturesque. I think the size of the map kind of gives it a charm that I don't know, just I'm trying to think of the right words that I like that the map is very kind of established and mature. And what I mean by that is that you've got kind of the established gardens, the bee area, all that stuff, but it also offers you the ability that with a little bit of work, if you clear out this whole section to the southwest of trees, this is a fairly decent amount of room to where you can expand and kind of do your own thing down here. And that just occurred to me, I can hover outside of that kind of boundary. I wonder... No, we can't actually get out to here, can we? To this... Hold on, guys. We got a quick experiment to do. Alright, so no grass textures out here. Where am I located at the moment? Alright. Anyways, I'll keep talking while we get down there. So 3.5 out or 4 would be my rating, and the reason I would give it that 3.5 out or 4 is just as we kind of go around, it's very flat. Again, normally I don't like flat. The flat's normally kind of boring to me. I like at least a little bit of undulation to the maps to kind of offer, I can't say difficulty as much as just something to kind of break things up. But I think that because of the size of the map, and everything just being so small, it kind of naturally breaks up the map. It doesn't really give you anything to like. Oh, okay. Well, that just kind of answered my question, y'all. I was wondering if you could actually get out there and perform work. That would have been kind of cool. But what's cool about this is, unlike the maps where you are expanded out to the boundary of the card, the whole taking up the whole map, it actually looks like the map kind of trails off into the distance. And that I kind of do like about the smaller maps, is that you can have like these border areas that, yeah, you can't necessarily get to. You can see I'm kind of stuck here, but it's just one of those that you don't feel like you're hemmed into an artificial boundary that way. It looks like it can actually like expand and go on. So that is the one plus I will give about a not fully formed what is it, X by 2X map. So yeah, just there's a lot of things that kind of break up the map and make it almost bigger than what it actually is. I mean, if you're going just from point A to point B and you're getting there fast, and you're going to get there fast because it's a small map, but you've got this end around kind of way to get around the map, and you've got only certain like inner road networks. So to get to one place to the next using the actual road network is going to take a little bit of time. You've got road construction, and you're having to kind of shuffle off to the side of the road. You've got multiple farms. You've got tons of animal pens. Like, there's just a lot built into this map, and that's why the map is over 137 and 1,400 slots. There's just a lot going on in this map, and because of that, there's going to be a lot to do. Even though it's a small farm, and it's going to offer challenges that any small farm operation is going to have, because you're not making a lot of money very quickly. I don't know. It might be worth the challenge, and like this is what I'm talking about here. You can kind of see off in the distance, and it just looks artificial. Like that mountain range looks artificial, but up until that border looks like it's actually like a thing. Like it looks established. It looks not quote unquote real, but more real than certainly the mountains in the background. So that is the one nice thing about smaller maps, that you don't have to necessarily see just that kind of artificially generated sky and background kind of thing. And that's probably a bad way to put it. But anyways, long story short, 3.5, 4 stars. That would be my rating. And that is the map. I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, subscribing, commenting, following, doing all the things that the algorithms enjoy you doing to show that you're engaged with the channel. And that being said, I hope you have a great day. Take care.